Hey guys, I'm E, and here's the thing. The last episode of my sport videography tutorial series was pretty much me doing a bunch of YouTube channel reviews. The number of views that I got from that video wasn't that impressive, but the feedback that I got from those who did watch it was really touching. So today I decided to follow my heart instead of my head and do a sequel just for you guys. So let's roll the intro and then review 3 more sports channels. Alright, so the first channel I'm going to review today is called True Footy. This channel is run by a bunch of Australian boys who love Aussie rules football. And like most people here, that's all they talk about, basically. They produce podcast episodes about it and documentaries as well. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to touch on the podcast side of things too much other than to point out one thing that really jumped at me the first time that I watched an episode. I noticed that you guys use AT2020 microphones or something similar anyway, which is great because they're perfect for podcasting and they're quite affordable. But I also noticed that you're using them the wrong way. In the few videos that I watched anyway, the microphone was always pointed at your mouth like this, as if the capsule of the microphone is at the tip. But in reality, the capsule is at the front. So really you should have the front of the microphone pointed directly at your mouth like this. Because when you have it like that, like in the videos, what happens is that what you're really capturing in your microphone is the sound leaving your mouth, hitting the table, bouncing off into the microphone. The result is a sound much more stuffy and echoey than it could be if you just sort of lined up the microphone directly with your mouth. As far as the documentaries are concerned, I really applaud the amount of time that you put in your research. Some of the documentaries go for almost an hour, so I can only imagine the amount of time that you spend on writing and also researching footage. I do feel, however, that I'd like to see a bit more original footage. It could just be some sort of footy-related B-roll that would break it up a bit in between all the highlights. But ultimately, getting interviews with some of the players who lived the moments that you're describing in your videos would be ideal. I know it's easier said than done, but in Australia, it's actually much easier than it looks, especially with retired athletes. Try reaching out to some of them via their social media accounts by letting them know who you are and what you do, and you'll be surprised how many will actually get back to you. And even if it's just a 5-10 minute interview on Skype, it's still exclusive footage that will give your documentary much more insight and credibility. Okay, so just before I move on to the next channel I'm going to review, I just wanted to address the weird sort of lighting going on at the moment. I had the brilliant idea to set up my camera with the window in the background, and now it's that time of the day where the sun is going exactly where I don't need it to be, and I have to do this video now, so sorry about that. Anyway, let's move on. The next channel I'm going to review today is called TKK Photo and Video. There's a lot of cool sport videos on that channel, but the guy who owns it asked me for some feedback specifically about his series For God and Country, which is about the Cranes, Uganda's national lacrosse team and their journey to the Lacrosse World Championships in Israel. So straight off the bat, I'm sold. That's the coolest sport documentary topic I've heard of in a long time. Definitely Netflix worthy. Watching the videos, there's obviously some pros and cons. The pros would be the vision for sure. Lots of variety in the footage, very well shot for the most part. Great storytelling skills as well. There's always a clear story within each episode as well as an overarching story throughout the series. As far as the cons go, I would have liked to see more interviews with the players throughout the series, or maybe just a few quick sound bites from them here and there when they're doing activities. Again, the goal is to give your story more insight and also in this case, make the episodes a bit longer. Another thing that could have been better is the sound quality of the voiceovers. I can tell that you're probably a bit too close to your microphone and that's creating a lot of popping sounds every time you're pronouncing your P's. The best way to avoid that and still remain fairly close to a microphone to avoid picking up too much noise around you is to use a pop filter. You can either buy one for like $10 on Amazon, or you can make one yourself using very thin socks or your girlfriend's pantyhose. I'll drop a link to a good DIY video in the description below, as well as an Amazon link if you can be bothered. Okay, so the last channel I'll be reviewing today is called Nano Soccer. Its creator Alex sent me an email asking me to review the channel, which is about his son's soccer games. This one is a good one because I think a lot of my viewers are similar to Alex, their parents filming their kids' sporting activities and trying to make cool videos for the kids and the other parents. In Alex's case, I think he does a good job. There's a reasonable amount of editing that goes into his videos. Each shot doesn't drag on for too long, which is usually a common mistake that parents make. He also does a quick sort of highlight reel at the beginning of each video, which I like. He could probably add a few shots of the crowd from time to time, and also instead of showing the score with overlaid text, maybe just film the scoreboard after every goal. That way it gives you something to cut to and break away from the play from time to time. Also ideally, adding a GoPro or something similar behind the opposition's goal would give you a great perspective to cut to on a scoring opportunity. It's a few $100s, but if this is something that will allow you to make great videos for all the kids, all the parents, and grandparents as well, then maybe they can all chip in 10-20 bucks and that way everybody wins. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here for today, but keep sending me links to your sports channel, either here in the comments or through social media. There's still a few channels that have reached out to me already that I haven't reviewed yet, but I'll get there, I promise. A special shout out to Alistair Nicholson and Rod S, who've been very patient with me already. Otherwise, thanks again for watching. Please click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and also consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like I said at the beginning, this is not the series that gets me the most views, but it is by far the one that gives me the best feedback. I get so many comments and messages thanking me for useful tips and also asking me questions about various things, and honestly, I love it. I've learned so much from YouTube videos over the past 5-10 years, and I still do today. So the fact that I can pay it forward and help other people like myself through my own YouTube videos is just amazing. So on that note, thanks again, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.